जयकारो। दादा भगवाना असीम जय 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 जयकारो। ओ दादा भगवाना असीम जय जयकारो। दादा भगवाना असीम जय जयकारो। दादा भगवाना असीम जय जयकारो दादा भगवान 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 असीम जय जयकारो दादा भगवान
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Vishuddhatma Bhagwan. Okay, Patricia, wonderful. I will be right with you, okay, shortly.
Okay, I'm trying to put my video and I can't.
Wonderful. All right,
Yeah.
take your time. Take your time, huh?
A ver si usted pones esto. ¿Nos escuchas ahí?
There it is. Thank you, Shuddha.
A ver, directo. O hablarle para ver si te... ¿Está escuchando ahí? No, yo no escucho nada. ¿Estás segura que sí?
No te escucho, Maggie.
¿Y a mí?
Buen día, Maggie, te escucho.
No, es Silvia, hola. Hola.
Hola, Silvia, buen día.
Hola, Patri, ¿cómo estás?
Bien,
Te
¿y
escucho
vos?
muy bien. Bueno, qué bueno.
¿Se está bien?
Sí. A ver ahí, pregúntale.
Si no cambio.
Buen día, Jai Sachidanand.
Buen día.
Entonces apago esto,
A ver.
porque al ponerle el micrófono...
Hola, Tatito.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Bien.
¿Todo bien? Soy Sachitanam.
Buen
Día, soy Sachitana.
buen día.
Hola, buen día.
Tú compras.
Escapé de la facultad, ¿eh?
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
A estudiar.
Sí, pero yo saco todo esto, saco la pompa y yo...
¿Pero vos escuchás o no?
Sí, yo estoy escuchando. Lo que estoy viendo es... esto no tiene...
¿Eh?
Oh,
No tiene.
all right. So wonderful. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Wonderful, my dear. Okay.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Who is this? Who is speaking?
Sylvia.
Lo
Hi,
que
hi,
pasa
hi,
es que...
hi,
Wait,
Sil-
wait, wait.
Ahí está.
I
Now
don't.
you can see us.
Oh, yes.
Jai Sachitanan!
Jai Sachidanand Shuddhatma Bhagwan. Huh? Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful. It's Sylvia and Maggie. Wonderful. So
Shuddha, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. So
Okay.
so
Okay.
beautiful. Yes, it is a very beautiful sound. The sound is perfect. And
Decirle que no se olvide de grabar. ¿Está recording? Grabando.
yeah, and also you can record, Maggie, or if you need to record, okay?
Oh, yes, she is recording.
Wonderful. Okay, good. All right, good. All right.
Voy yo otra vez, Patri, hoy.
All right.
Patri, ¿vas vos o voy yo? Patri.
Shrad, do you want to still translate today?
What did you say?
Do you want
Do you
Patricia
want
or
Sylvia
me to
to translate
translate?
No. This is fine. Yeah, this is. I can hear you all well. I know, and all right.
Patri, arranca vos y después sigo yo, ¿querés?
What did you say?
I'm suggesting that Patricia starts translating and then I can follow, or vice versa.
Yeah, right. What we could do is Patricia does the first hour, and then you,
Great.
Sylvia, will be with me. You translate the second hour, huh?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
wonderful. And I have received the.
I have no. Okay.
Okay.
I would ask you please to mute everybody. So
Yeah, right.
there is-
Okay, right. We will, huh? We will. And so I'll mute everyone, and then those who want to speak can unmute themselves, huh? All right. So this is we welcome everyone here, and on this 23rd of October 2019, we are at the feet of our Gnani Purush Dadashri, asking for his energies and his blessings and his grace to be with all of us, so that we can understand his words as they are meant to be understood.
Bueno, hoy vamos a comenzar el día 23 de octubre del 2019. Nos ponemos a los pies de Dada para que nos bendiga con su energía y gracia para poder entender y seguir adelante con este conocimiento.
And before we begin, we would like for this group, we would like for Maggie and Sylvia to start with the 3 mantra. All right, so let us have them sing the 3 mantra for us, please, huh? Yeah. And you will need to unmute yourself, okay, Maggie?
Can you hear us?
Yes, yes, can hear now. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayarihanam. Namo Vastayanam. Namo Loe Savasagunam. Eso Panchanamukaro. Savapavapanashano. Mangalanam cha savesin. Padanam havam mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachitanand.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, okay. You have to do it 3 times. When you sing the 3 mantra in satsang, you have to sing it. It's 2 more times, please. Now, huh?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Siddhanam. Namo Ayariyanam. Namo Vasayanam. Namo Loe Savasagunam. Eso Panchanamukaro. Savapavapanashano. Mangalanam cha savesin. Palanam havai mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachitanand. Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Siddhanam. Namo Ayariyanam. Namo Vasayanam. Namo Loe Savasaunam. Eso Panchanamukaro. Savapavapanashano. Mangalanam cha savesin. Padanam havai mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachitanand. Jai Sachitanand. Jai Sachitanand.
Beautiful. Yes, that was truly beautiful. It is beautiful because it's offered with so much love, you see. It is offered with so much love.
Esto es hermoso porque fue ofrecido y cantado con mucho, mucho amor.
It is offered with love that is beyond any love that the world has known from us, you see. The world does not know the love that has arisen within Mahatmas, you see.
Y esto fue hermoso porque fue cantado con amor y es un amor más allá del amor conocido en este mundo. Es el amor de un Mahatma.
That love is the L capital love, you see. It is
Este amor, este amor es con, está escrito con mayúsculas.
Yeah, this L capital love is the love that can only arise when one comes home, you see. It can only arise.
Este amor con mayúsculas.
Yeah, it arises.
Continue, please.
It arises from the home. And once you come home, then love arises. When you get out of the home, that love disappears. You see, home means the self. You see.
Este amor es con mayúsculas porque es el amor del verdadero hogar, es el amor del ser.
This,
Cuando uno se sale de este espacio, el amor desaparece.
and along with the love is the surrender. You see, the surrender namo, you see, and the surrender too cannot happen until one has entered the space of love, true love, you know.
Y este amor con mayúsculas se debe a la entrega, a namo, únicamente entrando, y ahí surge el amor con mayúsculas.
And the
Y no
same,
puede surgir si uno no está en
yeah.
entrega.
So love, and the next is surrender. You see, and the surrender also happens. You see, the surrender also happens through the self only. You know, through the self, what Dada calls absolute, absolute humility. Absolute humility. You see, the surrender happens through absolute humility.
La entrega verdadera viene desde el amor del ser, y sucede cuando hay absoluta humildad en la entrega.
You see, so this param, you know, we're going to hear a lot of words like, you know, Gujarati words, but it doesn't really matter if you keep on hearing, and also when you see your Charan Vidhi, you will see them, you know, in translations. So they automatically kind of seep inside, they kind of get absorbed inside. You do not have to make the conscious effort to understand them, you see.
Probablemente vamos a escuchar un montón de palabras en Gujarati, y eso no es un problema, dejar que estas palabras entren profundamente en nosotros.
So the surrender happens, the true humility, or the absolute humility arises when one enters, or one vacates, one moves away from the space, one moves away from false occupation. False occupation is eoso Magi, eoso Sylvia, eoso Marianella, you see. I am Marianella is false occupation, just like right now what Turkey and Russia have done in northern Syria. False occupation, you see.
Absoluta humildad no sucede cuando estamos en la falsa ocupación de decir, bueno, yo soy Marianela, yo soy Maggie. Esa es una falsa ocupación. Estamos en un espacio.
Like what Russia and Turkey has done in northern Syria, right?
Sorry, Horacio.
Like Soviet Russia and Turkey has done in northern Syria. Do you know?
Okay. Es como Rusia y que hicieron en Siria.
Yeah, right. If you keep up with the world history, one's world story, you will know what is happening in the world. You say false occupation means moving into territory that does not belong to you. You see?
Y cuando refiere a esto de Rusia y de Turquía, que entraron a Siria, eso es una falsa ocupación. Estás entrando en territorio que no te pertenece.
Yeah, in the same way, you say, forget about what human beings do to each other. You know, what we do is we move into this territory that does not belong to us. This territory of the mind, the territory of the body, and the territory of the words, they do not belong to us, and yet we move into it saying, I am this body, I am speaking, I am hurt, I do not like this. That is called false occupation. You are moving into this territory, this is not yours, you see.
Entonces nosotros estamos moviéndonos en un territorio que no nos pertenece. Ese territorio que no nos pertenece lo decimos, yo soy esto, estoy aquí, esto me gusta, esto no me gusta. estamos ocupando un territorio falso, no es nuestro territorio.
Every time you move into the territory that does not belong to you, the first thing that will happen is that you will enter into the space of fear. You see, you enter into the space of fear, just like when you enter into somebody's home without his permission. You know, the moment you enter it, you know it's not your. Doesn't you're not comfortable. You're in the state of fear begins when you are not in your own space. You see.
Cuando no estamos en nuestro verdadero espacio, lo que sucede es el miedo. Es como entrar en la casa de otra persona y estar ocupándola, y el miedo comienza.
And when you are in the space of fear, the next thing that happens is that scorn and abhorrence begins. You know, dvesh, that is called dvesh. Dvesh means abhorrence begins. You see, whenever you fear something, the next emotion that is associated with it is that you do not like it. You have abhorrence, this aversion towards it. You see.
En el minuto, en el segundo en que nosotros estamos entrando en esta falsa ocupación, lo que comienza es Twitch, que es aversión, aborrecencia.
Yeah, just as just as you fear a policeman. You see, you're driving, and if you're, if you're driving normally, if you're driving without any breaking any laws, there is no reason for you to be afraid of the policeman. You see, the policeman is your friend. He is there to protect you from outlaws, the people who break laws, you see. So why should you be afraid of the policeman? But the moment you start speeding, going beyond speed limits, then and you get a ticket, the next time you see a police car, even if you're not speeding, you will develop a sense of aversion, a fear. Oh, you see?
Esto es lo mismo como si vamos manejando correctamente, estamos rompiendo alguna regla, no vamos a darle miedo al policía, pero si vamos a alta velocidad y un policía nos hace una multa, la próxima vez que veamos a un policía nos va a generar miedo o aversión.
Yes. So, you see, the space, the moment, when you're in the wrong space, automatically fear, aversion, and you're in the space of kashais now, you see. Automatically, kashais have begun. Kashai, anger, pride, deceit, greed. Kashaya means anger, pride, deceit, greed.
Inmediatamente que nos salimos de nuestro verdadero espacio, vamos a entrar en el miedo, en la aversión, y los kashais van a estar apareciendo. Los kashais son la ira, el orgullo, la codicia y el engaño.
You see, the Lord, whenever we say the Lord, in the relative terms, when we say the Lord in Akram Vignan, it generally means the Lord, the one. The Lord, there are two definitions of the Lord. Of course, the Lord, the one that has arisen and awakened within you, that's the final definition of the Lord, okay? One who has...
hablamos de Lord, hay definiciones de Lord, de Señor. Uno es el que despertó dentro de cada uno de nosotros.
Or the absolute one within all, okay? This is called the Lord. That is the final definition of Lord. But in the relative world, in our relative terminology, when the books of Dada, when you hear the word Lord or Bhagwan or Lord, okay? Dada is speaking about Lord Mahavir, you see. Mahavir, the last fully enlightened one of this world of ours, who has opened up the entire science of that which is. The entire science of...
Hay dos versiones. Hay dos versiones del Lord. Uno es el ser absoluto que despertó dentro de todos, y después Dada habla de cuando Dada Bhagwan dice de Lord, él se refiere al Lord Mahavir, que fue el último que nos dio esta ciencia eterna del conocimiento, y que fue el último que fue absolutamente iluminado en esta tierra, en este mundo.
Yeah, so in the relative language, when Dada speaks about the Lord has said this, the Lord has said this, he is referring to Lord Mahavir. And then in the real terms, when Dada says the Lord, the Lord is, he refers to this absolute self in each one of us, you see. So kind of be aware of this when you read books of Dada.
Bueno, cuando leemos los libros de Dada, vamos a tener en cuenta estas dos definiciones, ¿no? Cuando Dada habla de Lord, habla de Lord Mahavir, y después también en lo real, el Lord es el absoluto que está en todos nosotros.
Yeah, Lord Mahavir has, Lord Mahavir has opened up the entire science of that which is. And that which is means that which right now, as you and I are sitting here in this satsang, you and I are present with a P capital. Yeah, as the Soyamapura, I am the pure one, okay? Pure self. But then there is that which is in front of me and you, and that has been completely, absolutely opened up in the vision of that arose in Lord Mahavir through 2700 years ago.
Cuando nosotros estamos aquí reunidos, estamos presentes con mayúsculas, porque es el ser que está con nosotros, y también estamos presentes con todo lo que es, con la presencia de Lord Mahavir, que tiene hace 2700 años que él apareció y se abrió en nosotros, en este mundo, con este conocimiento.
Yeah. So this, before, some of you, when you entered the satsang, you heard Dada Bhagwan Sim Jai Jikar Ho. And that was in special tribute to our great Mahatma Kaviraj, who left our world yesterday, yesterday in Mumbai.
Porque nosotros comenzamos hoy el satsang, estábamos escuchando Dada Bhagwan Sim Jai Kargo, y lo pusimos honrando al gran Kaviraj, que ayer falleció.
Yeah, Mahatma Kaviraj, most of you have only heard of him from a distance, but let me, if I may, share something with you on that, and see if I can share that with you so that you will know a little bit about him, because he is just like Niruma. He is another very, very famous Mahatma, you see. And
Ahora yo voy a compartir algo con ustedes sobre Mahatma Kaviraj, que es un Mahatma muy conocido desde Niruma.
Yeah, and the Mahatma Kaviraj is very, very special, because he met Dada in 1965-66, even before Niruma met Dada. And this was in Mumbai. And this was, and he immediately connected with Dada, and whatever words Dada would speak in satsang, he would soon after the satsang make a song out of it, make a pad, a song.
Mahatma Kaviraj conoció a Dada en 1966, incluso antes de conocer a Niruma, y él tenía una conexión tan especial con Dada que después de escucharlo, le llevaba ese satsang a una canción, podía escribir una canción del satsang de Dada.
He has written hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of amazingly beautiful songs that he had a beautiful voice. He would sing those songs of Akram Vignan and songs in praise of Dadashri. You see, here he is. You can see him. Can you see him? Dada is looking at him and talking to him. You see?
Pueden ver acá en la imagen que Dada está hablando con Kaviraj, están mirando los dos.
You see, and there is Niruma here sitting on Dada's left-hand side. You see?
Y acá está Niruma sentada a la izquierda de Dada.
He is the one, the Kaviraj, that is often quoted quite a bit. In many of the Aptavanis, you will see one or two lines written, and then below it will be Kaviraj. Kavi means poet. Raj means king. So the king of poetry, you see, it's a title, Kaviraj. Did you get? Kavi, K-A-V-I.
Mahatma Kaviraj, no solamente Kaviraj, yes. Él estuvo siempre al lado de Dada y tenía la capacidad de llevar y de escribir canciones y poesías, no solamente del Akram, sino de la gracia que Dada regalaba o impartía. Y de hecho, en muchos Aptavanis hay algunas frases que son de él,
Yeah,
y que están escritas por ahí 1 o 2 líneas. Y también su nombre significa el rey de la poesía.
Yeah, right. And this, anyway, coming back to this, can you see any more pictures? So this is, I don't know whether you can see him here with Dada. Do you see that?
There is a picture of, yes.
Kaviraj.
Yes.
That's Kaviraj. That's Kaviraj. There, that's him again. This is Kaviraj. This was
Acá está mostrando y compartiendo las fotos de Kaviraj.
He died in, he left his body he was quite in his mid-80s. He was with Dada for a long time, you see. And the important thing is that slowly those who were around Dada are leaving this world. The Niruma, now Kaviraj, you see. So before this satsang started, we were playing his Dada Bhagwan Sim Jai Jaikar Ho, right? This is, he was singing it, you see.
Bueno, él falleció ayer a los 80 años y es casi una de las últimas personas que estuvo con Dada, ¿no? Primero, sí, importantes, ¿no? Primero Niruma, después él, pero por eso estábamos hoy compartiendo la canción en
so
Kaviraj.
This one, so that is, now I need to stop sharing this. Let's come back to our satsang. So in his honor, we played this thing, when such an amazing Mahatma leaves this world, we are affected at the relative level by his loss, but at the same time we are reminded of the amazing legacy that he has left behind of his voluminous songs that if you do understand the lines, they are actually nothing but part of Akram Vignan, the knowledge of Akram Vignan, you see.
Cuando un Mahasi pare, si bien en el relativo vamos a estar, vamos a extrañarlo, vamos a rendirle homenaje, pero también es lo que nos cede es que de alguna manera logramos por todo el legado que dejó en las canciones y que si podemos entender el idioma, veríamos que él dejó escrito todo el conocimiento del Akram Vignan
and
sus letras.
He just before about 2 years ago, when I was in Simandar city, he with many non-Indian Mahatmas, the Germans and people from Brazil and also Argentina, he sent me this special karaoke version of it, you see. He said, he told me, I want you to share it with all the non-Gujarati, non-Indian Mahatmas. I want them all to, I have made this specially for them. He would sing the first line, then the same space he would leave so that Mahatmas, non-Western Mahatmas can fill in the words in the same way. And that is the karaoke that I want to share with you again right now, okay?
Okay. Hace 3 años tuvo la intención de enviar a Alemania, Brasil y otros países estas canciones para compartir el conocimiento y esto como un karaoke, y esto es lo que Shuddha ahora a compartir con nosotros.
Yeah, and so I'm just going to play this with you for a little bit, and let me see here, and you will see it. You see, this is.
Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar. 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 Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar.
So, you can, when you have time, listen to it. But this is a good way for you because he teaches us all how to sing it. The next space, the second space is you can sing the way he is teaching, you see. And this is his original voice. He is the one who is... Sorry?
I can hear you very well. I can't hear it. I have some
Can
kind
you
of hearing.
can you
Please
hear
repeat.
can you hear me? Let me close that other one just for
No,
complete. Okay. Can you hear me now, Patricia?
no. I think it's a problem. I think it's a problem. I'm to do it the other way and please continue with Sylvia.
Okay.
I
Okay.
go
All
from
right.
there.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
Sylvia, now
Okay. Okay. All right.
please
Okay.
help.
All right. Okay. So we'll go to Sylvia. Okay, Sylvia. Yes.
Now I can hear you.
Yes. Yeah. He gave us this. He gave us these lines. Soon after meeting Dada, a few years later, these words came out. Dada
Él
Bhagwan. Yeah.
él nos dio estas líneas, después de conocer a Dada, nos dio estas líneas.
Yeah. The Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar Ho, it boundless glory, glorious exaltation
Dada
to
Bhagwan,
yeah.
as in J.J. Khan. I'm not writing, so I need
Yeah.
to go
Yes,
step by
yeah.
step.
Boundless glory
La
to
gloria sin ataduras hacia
to the Dada Bhagwan within all. You say the eternal one within all. You say.
la gloria sin ataduras al Dada Bhagwan dentro de todos nosotros.
It just the words came out spontaneously, and these were adopted by our Gnani Purush Dadashri himself.
Las
And
palabras surgieron espontáneamente y fueron adoptadas por Dadashri mismo.
And in every satsang, he would lead, Dada would individually approach each one of the Mahatmas, as if supposing there were these, if the 25 of us were in a room, Dada would come in front of each one of us, look in our eyes, and ask us to sing. Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Can you believe that? This is how it would happen. You see?
En los satsangs, Dada se acercaba a cada uno de nosotros, a los 25 que estábamos allí, nos miraba a los ojos y nos pedía que cantáramos las líneas Dada Bhagwan Asina J.J. Karho.
He would look at you, he'll come right in front of you, Sylvia, Daniela, Damian. He will look at you, penetrate you to your deepest core, to your deepest being, and then go like this and say,
se acercaba a cada uno de ustedes y nos miraba profundamente a los ojos y penetraba hasta el centro más íntimo, más profundo de cada uno.
Yeah, and he would say, and he would look at you and he will say, sing. If you tell him I can't sing, he will say, what do you mean you can sing? Yes, you can sing. You're not singing about me. You're not singing about me. You're singing about your own Lord. Sing.
Y nos miraba y nos decía, canta. Y cuando alguien le decía, no puedo cantar, él decía, ¿cómo que no podés cantar? Sí que podés cantar, no estás cantando para mí. Estás cantándole a tu Dios, a tu Lord interior, a tu ser.
If you just sing within minutes, the drops of immortality will start trickling within you only from inside your own Lord onto you. They will descend onto you. You see?
Y si cantas, nos decía, poco a poco las gotitas de inmortalidad van a ir ingresando dentro tuyo.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last part you said.
Yeah, they will descend upon you within from inside your own Lord. Yeah.
Van a descender hacia adentro tuyo desde tu propio Lord.
And within 8 minutes, everything will settle down. Within less than 8 minutes, everything will start settling down. All the chaos of your external world will completely come to a standstill, and you will enter into the direction of the Lord, Dada Bhagwan within you. You see?
Y en menos de 8 minutos todo se calmaba, todo el caos que había de cada uno se tranquilizaba y entrábamos en el centro mismo de
Yeah, when you sing,
Dada Bhagwan.
yeah, when you sing Dada
Tengo que
Bhagwan,
cantar.
yeah, you are not singing about him. You see, you're not singing about this Dada Bhagwan. You see.
Cuando cantamos Dada Bhagwan, no cantamos acerca de él o no cantamos para este Dada Bhagwan.
You're not worshipping a physical being. You are actually, you're through, by looking at him, through him, you are connecting directly to the one within. You see, through the...
No estamos adorando, no estamos religando con un ser físico, sino que al mirarlo ingresamos directamente al ser interno de cada uno.
Through the visible, you are connecting to the invisible, you see.
A través del visible, uno conecta con el invisible.
Yeah, through the murta, you are connecting with the amurta. You see, murta to amurta, murta or murta to amurta. Amurta means murti. Right now, as we see each other, we are all murtis. You see all of these murtis, these forms. You see, everybody appears as they do. Our Graciela, Maggie, Harman, Daniela, these are all Damian, these are all murtis, forms, you see.
A partir del murta, uno conecta con el amurta. Murtes es la forma que uno ve, es la forma visible. Somos todos murtes.
Yeah. You see, all your prayers, all your worships, all your highest intentions, you see, they get bounce, they get when you project them to an external form, they get, actually the results come from inside. They come inside. You see, the results come inside, you see.
Todas tus oraciones, tus intenciones más altas, más elevadas, son proyectadas hacia un ser físico, hacia un ser visible, pero vienen y van hacia lo profundo, hacia el invisible, hacia el ser.
You might be a non-Christian, or you might be a Christian, but if you go into any temple and you see another idol of another one that those people of that area worship, that murti, that idol, but if you say, my Lord, you see, you are connecting. You see, you have now found the highest connection. It is not the external form that matters. It is the projection of thousands and thousands of people who have entered into that temple, and have said, my Lord, have said, my Lord.
Uno puede ser cristiano o puede no ser cristiano, pero cuando entramos a un templo y vemos la figura de aquel a quien miles y miles de personas adoran, en quien creen, uno proyecta en ellos y interiormente conecta con el ser interior de cada uno y con la energía de adoración de miles y miles de personas que creen en ese ídolo, en ese murta.
Yeah. So this is the murta. Everyone, until one finds the amurta. Amurta means the invisible one, you see.
Hasta que uno conecta con amurta, que significa lo invisible, el invisible.
Until one connects with the amurta, you see, one has no choice but to go through the murta. In other words, you continue to look at the external and say, my Lord, until you find the Lord. And,
hasta que uno encuentra el amurta, hasta que uno encuentra al Lord, uno necesariamente uno tiene que conectar con aquello que tiene forma, con el murta. Y lo mira hasta que conecta.
Life after life, we have been searching for him, and we only to turn back finding, no, it's not here, he is not here, he is not here. And then
vida tras vida tras vida han estado buscándolo y buscándolo y buscándolo y sin embargo no lo encuentran.
And then in his Gnanvidhi, he opened up, he says, behold, I turn you, see me, I am inside you. I am the one inside you only. I am the one.
En Gnanvidhi lo vemos a él y él es el que nos muestra, interrumpe eso y nos hace, lo da vuelta y nos hace mirarnos y encontrar al ser adentro nuestro.
So the Amurta, so this, you know, and then this happened. You see, Kavi met Dadashri, and Dadashri he connected very beautifully, connected, and then it came out. He says, he understood really the beauty of what this human being was. He understood the exact nature, he began very quickly to understand through his words in Satsang who he really was. And
Kaviraj lo conoció a Dada y inmediatamente conectó con quien realmente era y entendió rápidamente quién era esa persona.
He, just like Niruma, very quickly connected that these words that were coming out were actually the direct expression of the living God, the God in a body, that is God that had manifest within a body, you see.
Él, al igual que Niruma, rápidamente entendieron que las palabras que salían de esta persona eran simplemente la expresión del Dios vivo dentro suyo.
So they became a team, Niruma, Kaviraj, and there were
Entonces hicieron un equipo, los tres, Niruma, Kaviraj.
And there were one or two other great Mahatmas who made it a project to write down and everything that Dada would say. And of course, Kaviraj would just catch one or two lines of what Dada would say and convert them into a song, you see. He would convert them into a song.
Trabajaron mucho escribiendo todas las palabras de Dadashri y Kaviraj era quien... él, por supuesto, con Niruma, pero él era quien tomaba unas cuantas palabras de él y las transformaba en una canción, en una hermosa canción.
In fact, it was Dada in 1971 who said that what are these Gujaratis all, going around in circles and doing garbas and dance around the goddess? The real garbas will happen when this Kavi writes the garbas. So if Kavi writes the garbas, then the world will be amazed, you see. And that happened. Kavi wrote the initial garba lines, and of course you have danced around those garbas with those lines, you see.
En 1971, Dadashri indicó que el garba iba a ser realmente valioso cuando fuera escrito cuando sus líneas fueran escritas por Kaviraj.
You see, so when there is a group of Mahatmas, wherever they may be, what the external world sees is not what is going on. You and I know what is going on. So you see.
Cuando hay un grupo de Mahatmas, el ojo no va a ver, en el exterior va a ver más allá, no va a ver exactamente lo que nosotros vemos. Nosotros vemos lo que hay en el interior.
Yeah, you see, you and I only know what the eternal worship and the eternal connection, the eternal chant is all about. The eternal chant.
Ustedes y yo sabemos lo que es la conexión interna, la conexión interna, lo que es el eterno canto, lo que significa.
Yeah, the eternal chant is Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. You see,
El canto eterno es Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar Ho.
He, just months before Kaviraj passed away, he sent me a very special message by video.
Antes de morir, él me mandó un mensaje muy especial. Kaviraj me mandó un mensaje muy especial por video.
And he told me that I would like for you. He told Shuddha, he says, I would love for you to share this Dada Bhagwan Nasim Jijikarho with the world. I know you can do it. He says,
Y le
I know
pidió
you.
que, le pidió que compartiera este Dada Bhagwan sin J.J. Karho con el mundo.
He says, I want you to continue sharing this with the world, you see.
Y me dijo, quiero que por favor continúes compartiendo esto con el mundo.
You know, our Gnani, Deepak Bhai is in Africa right now, and even the people in Swahili, the people whose language, mother tongue is Swahili, they also love and dance with Dada Bhagwan Nasim Jiji.
Perdón, nuestro Nani, Deepak Bhai ahora está en África y aún la gente que habla Swahili canta Dada Bhagwan Asina J.J. Karho y lo danzan y lo disfrutan.
You can imagine a whole bunch of lovely African kids with shiny black skin, you see, with all
Pueden
their
imaginarse a un grupo enorme de hermosos africanos con esa piel brillante, todos cantando.
And with their bright white teeth, you know, dancing away, singing Dada Bhagwan Nasim Jai Karho in Swahili, you know, in their dance, in their way for the Gnani, you see.
Y danzan Dada Bhagwan Nasim Jai Karho con sus dientes brillosos y en su modalidad estilo Swahili y bailan esto para Deepak Bhai.
Yeah, and when this happens, and this, my dear friends, as we are speaking about it, is going to happen all over the world in their own language, regardless of their background, their color, their beliefs, their religion, you see.
Es maravilloso que suceda en todo el mundo, independientemente del color, de la lengua, de la creencia. Es maravilloso.
Because you see, they don't need to understand complex concepts of.
Ellos no necesitan entender conceptos complejos.
Of concepts of scientific circumstantial evidences of karma, cause and effect. If they can connect with the Lord within, you see.
No necesitan entender conceptos complejos de la descarga de karma, de las circunstancias científicas, las evidencias científicos circunstanciales, solamente conectan con el Lord interior.
Yeah, you see, without a middleman, without a priest or a Brahmin or a middleman in the name of religion, you see, regardless, because all religions have their middlemen, you know, the people, the brokers, you know, the stockbrokers, you see.
Sin intermediarios, como por ejemplo un sacerdote, un brahman,
the
sin
priests.
intermediarios, sí, que son como los corredores de bolsa de las religiones.
Yeah, because these priests, as you know, for generations and generations, have instilled the fear of God and damnation into the hearts of men, you see, you know.
Estos intermediarios durante generaciones y generaciones han instilado, han inyectado el concepto de ese Dios del que hay que temer.
If you do this, the God will punish you in next life. What? Punishment?
Si haces esto, Dios te va a castigar en la próxima vida. ¿Qué? ¿Castigo? ¿Castigarme?
Yes, God punishes me, right? You know, then
Dios me castiga.
Yeah, if he punishes me, then who is going to punish him for punishing me? You see?
Si él me castiga a mí, ¿quién lo va a castigar a él por castigarme a mí?
You see, you know, who is he to define the word sin? You see, who is he to define?
¿Quién es él para definir la palabra pecado?
I know what sin is, because if I hurt someone, then I hurt, because if I hurt, that means that is sin. You see, if I hurt someone,
yo sé lo que es el pecado, porque si yo lastimo a alguien, me lastima, y yo sé lo que es el pecado.
I would not want to hurt others because the same thing hurts me, you see, and that is the definition.
No quiero lastimar a otros porque lo mismo me lastima a mí, eso es una definición de pecado.
So a magnificent thing happened with these lines that allows the human being to connect directly with the Lord within, without any intermediary, without any broker, okay, a commission agent.
Algo maravilloso sucede con estas líneas que le permiten a la persona conectar directamente con el Lord interior, sin ningún intermediario, sin ningún corredor de bolsa, sin nadie que intervenga.
And the final broker or the final commission taker is not a person, it is the intellect within you. See, the one who uses intellect becomes a broker, you see.
Y finalmente, el verdadero intermediario es el intelecto.
Yeah.
Es
Yeah, you know,
el que interfiere.
Yeah, to dance with joy when you connect with your Lord and sing, "My Lord, I found you." You see.
Y cuando uno bailar con dicha, con felicidad, cuando uno conecta con el Lord interior y decir, mi Lord, te he encontrado.
To dance with joy when you connect with the Lord is to have found the fountainhead, the source of love, you see, where the iguazu of love, you see, you know, it's coming up, you see.
Cuando uno danza con alegría, cantando estas líneas y conecta con el ser interior, quiere decir, uno siente que ha encontrado y le dice, mi Dios, te he encontrado, te he encontrado.
Yeah, and you know, and that's when all of a sudden, you know, even everything appears very beautiful. You see, when
y así, ahí, en ese momento, instantáneamente, todo parece ser tan hermoso, tan maravilloso. De repente,
every flower of nature, every leaf, every branch, you see,
cada flor, cada hoja, cada rama,
every light upon
cada luz,
every little breeze that goes by you has a different meaning in life, you see.
Cada pequeña brisa que nos toca tiene un significado diferente a partir de entonces.
And human beings are meant to connect this easily with their Lord within, and when they do, they will become free from endless pain that they have been experiencing through this external worship, you see, through these false projections, trying to find Lord where Lord does not exist. Lord is not outside, He is within, you see, He is within, you know.
Los seres humanos estamos hechos para conectar con el Lord interior y para liberarnos de esta manera de las ataduras de tener que religar o adorar o alabar a un Dios externo cuando realmente el Dios está dentro en cada uno de nosotros.
Yes, so my dear friends in the Spanish-speaking world, you know, you do not need to compose very complicated lines of songs and spiritual poetry. Simple words, Lada Bhagwana, Simje Jakarho, in your own rhythm, in
No
your
no es necesario que ustedes compongan líneas complicadas de canciones de alabanza. Estas simples líneas, Dada Bhagwan, cantadas internamente, sonando.
Yeah, in your own music, in your own melody, you see, let
cada
it
uno
flow.
En su propia música, en su propia melodía, permiten que el Lord...
Yeah, and when it is offered with the love, you see, when it is sung with the love that exists within you, as you move into your own space, then, you know, miracles of all miracles start happening, you see. They are the big...
Y cuando estas líneas son cantadas con el amor profundo, can you repeat, Shuddha?
When you connect it from your original space, the space of the self, you say, Ama.
Cuando las conectan, cuando ustedes las cantan y las conectan desde su propio espacio original.
Then miracle of all miracles happen. You see, the final miracle.
El milagro de todos los milagros, del milagro de todos los milagros, el milagro final sucede.
Yeah, because you have you have jumped into the ocean of bliss only, you see.
Porque han ingresado, se han sumergido en el océano de dicha, únicamente de dicha.
Yeah. So this is how it is, my dear friends. You know, but we are eternally grateful. There is a lot more about Asim Jai Karho, which Dadashri himself has described.
Hay mucho más sobre Asina Jai Karho que el mismo Dadashri ha descrito.
Yeah, and there is a lot more that Dadashri has spoken about this. This
Él ha hablado muchísimo más sobre esto.
phenomenally beautiful man, the Kaviraj, you see.
Y este hombre maravilloso, Kaviraj.
And as you proceed in the path of Akram Vignan, you will be amazed that wow,
Así como vayan progresando en el camino de Akram Vignan, se van a dar cuenta, van a ver que wow.
This is Kaviraj. This is Kaviraj. Now I'll tell you one thing else. Kaviraj, very simple.
Una cosa más sobre Kaviraj.
It's a very simple man. Just like Dada, he was only in one room. He lived all his life in one room.
Él era un hombre muy, muy simple. Vivió toda su vida en solamente una habitación.
One room flat in very busy, crowded area of Mumbai, you see.
Vivió en un monoambiente muy pequeño, en un lugar llenísimo de gente en Mumbai.
And all the Mahatmas would visit him and they would sit on his bed. His bed was his desk. You see?
Los Mahatmas lo visitaban y se sentaban en su cama. La cama de él era su escritorio.
Yeah, and if you'd say, hey, and if you just move a little bit forward, then that's where his good wife will be, and she would make a cup of tea for you.
Y si avanzaban un poquito más, ahí la encontraban a la esposa, que también ella les hacía una tacita de té.
Yeah, and he would come, and he was the music man of Akram Vignan.
Y él era el hombre músico, él era la música de Akram Vignan.
Music flowed through his veins, you see, but not just
la música fluía por sus venas.
The music of the love for Dada, what Dada would say.
La música del amor por Dada.
Music and poetry of what Dada would speak in words would be converted into music and poetry immediately after the satsang. Yes.
Aquello que Dada decía, hablaba en los satsang, él los convertía inmediatamente en música y poesía.
He has not only composed beautiful songs about Dadashri and the Gnani Purush, but also about Lord Simandar also. You will get to hear them.
Él no solamente compuso hermosas canciones, música muy bonita sobre Dadashri y el Gnani Purush, pero también sobre Simandar Swami.
Yes, Simandar Swami. You see, the fully enlightened living one in another world up there,
Simandar Swami, que es el completamente iluminado Lord viviente en otro mundo.
So with a lot of love, we give our highest salutes to this beautiful Mahatma of ours who is now gone on and joined Nirumai in the world and the work of the mission of Lord Simandar, you see.
Entonces, con profundo amor saludamos a este Mahatma que hoy se unió, su alma hoy se unió a la de Niruma.
Yeah, and he is it's a celebration. It is a celebration, you see. And the celebration will continue because of the beauty, and each one of us here, each Mahatma that is present in his satsang has the same potential to make this life a celebration, a joy, you see, a celebration.
Es una celebración y cada uno de los Mahatmas que están hoy aquí en este satsang tiene el potencial para transformar también sus vidas en una celebración.
It is, Akram Vignan is not a path of letting go of the beauty of this life that is in front of us, you see. It is to
Akram Vignan no es un camino para dejar partir toda la belleza que hay dentro de ustedes.
It is to enjoy each other.
En la vida, sino.
Yeah. It is to enjoy each other to the fullest extent, you see, and
Es para disfrutarse uno al otro completamente, en la mayor medida posible.
In absolute freedom, away from any kashais, you see, away from any kashai.
En libertad absoluta y liberados totalmente de todos los kashais.
Yeah, so we'll return. We'll take a little break because then we'll return. This is going to be our first satsang, but Maggie has planned. This was at Maggie's request that we said we give the extra satsang to the group.
Vamos a tomar un pequeño descanso y vamos a volver. Este es nuestro primer satsang que hecho a pedido de Maggie, que pidió extender
Yeah,
aún más el conocimiento.
The evidences are such. We are deeply grateful for this extra satsang that is happening.
Y según son las evidencias, estamos muy profundamente agradecidos por este extra satsang.
And we'll return in. Shall we take a little break? We should take. You want how long a break you want? You want 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Let me know.
¿Cuánto tiempo necesitan de recreo, de corte? ¿10 minutos? ¿5 minutos?
You tell me. Okay, you tell me. 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, so we return in 10 minutes, okay?
Entonces en 10 minutos volvemos. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Thank you, my dear. Yes. Okay. So Shuddhatma Bhagwan. All right. Okay. So we have, shall we proceed?
¿Continuamos? Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
¿Me escuchan? ¿El resto me escucha? ¿Sí? Okay.
Sí.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So, Patricia, are you ready?
Yes, completely.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
hear me okay?
Okay, good. All right, my dear. Now, we should, I see that there is a question from Rosie. Rosie, where are you, my dear? Oh, Rosie, you want to turn on your video? Or?
Rosy, ¿quieres prender encender tu
There she
pantalla,
is.
por favor?
Yeah, what is it is, and there is a Rose, there's also a question, and there is the question from Rosie and Tato. Okay, Chaco. All right, so, okay, shall we take first the question from Rosie? Or
Vamos a tomar primero la pregunta de Rosy y después de Tato.
Okay, Rosie.
Sí, la pregunta es de acá del grupo de Chaco, con respecto al hacedor. ¿La leen de ahí o quieren que haga la pregunta?
Okay, so there's a question from Fabiana says, go on. What?
Yes. Rosie wants to know if you are going to read the question Fabi wrote.
Oh, I see. Okay, right. I'm
Or do
going to
you
read
want
the question. Okay, so Fabiana has written the question in English, translation for me, and that is that there's a question from Chaco. The text says, you're one of the evidences, not the one and the complete doer. The question is, which is the other evidence for the complete doer? All right. Okay, this will be explained in so much detail that the answers will come automatically as we go into the detailed study of this Dadavani of 2013, Chaco. Yes, eh? All right, Tato. Well, you're in Canada. Which part? Where are you in Canada, Tato?
Tato is it's not in Canada. He's in Chaco. Lucas is in Canada.
Oh, Lucas is in Canada. Where is Lucas?
Yes.
Where is Lucas? I don't see him. Okay, all right.
Maybe he's out.
Okay, doesn't matter. Okay.
Para el que hizo la pregunta sobre el hacedor y las evidencias, esto va a estar surgiendo naturalmente mientras que estemos estudiando el Dadavani del 2013.
Yeah, to give a simple example, when you make a cup of tea, Tato, you see, you're not the one evidence to make it a complete doer. You see, you are just one of the evidences. You know, your hand is an evidence, your mind is an evidence, your feelings and wanting to make a cup of tea is an evidence, you see. And then if the tea is not available, would you be able to make a cup of tea? You see, if the pot is not available, would you be able to make a cup of tea? Go on.
Con respecto a esto, vamos a hacer un simple ejemplo. Tú no eres la única evidencia en hacer el té. Tu mano es una evidencia, tu mente es una evidencia, el deseo de hacer el té es una evidencia, pero si no hay té no puedes hacer el té, y si no está la jarra para hacer el té tampoco podrías hacer el té. ¿Podrías hacer el té si no hubiera té?
Yes, so this is just even in the simple example of making a cup of tea will give you the answer of the question that you have asked, uh, Tato. Is you are one of the evidences. In the process of a cup of tea being made, a cup of tea being made, you are one of the evidences. If the water is not hot, if the water cannot be made hot, then the tea will not be able to, tea will not be made. You see, if there's so many evidences have to be present, and not only present, but also interact in exactness to bring about a result of a cup of tea, you see. So question is, which is the other evidence for the complete doer? And so now, do you get that answer, Tato? Do you see the answer? Okay.
Dice, por ejemplo, que tú no eres la única evidencia para que el té se pueda hacer. Hay tantas evidencias que están interactuando entre sí para que el té pueda ser hecho. Entonces, ¿cuál es la otra evidencia? Todas son evidencias que interactúan en el momento para que esto pueda estar sucediendo. Si no hubiera agua caliente, el té no podría estar servido. ¿Esto trae una idea a ti de la respuesta, Tato?
Yeah, okay. And then I think Tato is frozen, and it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you see, his question is, the question is, which is the other evidence for the complete doer? And the answer is, there is no complete doer. There is only the evidences. There is the idea of a complete doer is a myth, you see. Who is the complete doer? The complete doer is actually Vyavasthit, or scientific circumstantial evidences. When they come together in exactness, there is the completion of what you meant to accomplish. You see?
La pregunta esta que vos hacías sobre el completo hacedor, eso es un mito. El completo hacedor son las evidencias científicas circunstanciales, son los Vyavasthits, y que porque tantas evidencias están interactuando para que esto suceda en el momento en que tiene que suceder.
Yeah, you see, the tulip grower. Sorry, Rosie is the one with the question from Chaco, not Tato. Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you, Fabiana. Thank you, Fabiana. For some reason, I got confused there. Okay, thank you, my dear. Okay.
La pregunta es de Rosie, no de Tato. La confusión
all right.
fue de Shuddha.
All right. So Rosie says, so the evidences were missing in this. The evidence of Fabiana's explanation was missing, and now the evidence clicked, and so the result is there. Huh?
Acá tenemos un hermoso ejemplo de lo que sucedió, ¿no? Como faltaba la explicación en la pregunta de Fabiana, y ahora las evidencias trajeron quién estaba preguntando.
Yeah, you see those who grow tulips in Argentina, the horticulturist or the gardener. You see, in the fall, before the winter comes in, he digs holes and he puts tulip bulbs, and he may put hundreds and thousands of tulip bulbs. You see, and his job is to just plant. The gardener plants the tulip bulbs. You see. And the result is, the gardener plants hundreds of tulip bulbs, right? And hundreds of tulip bulbs. And then nature, when all the entire winter, the bulb undergoes transformation, you see. The snow falls on it, whatever, and then when the spring arises, then, you know, there is this whole lush field of tulips, you see. So many things have to happen before the garden is full of tulip bulbs, you see.
Por ejemplo, los horticultores que plantan cientos de bulbos de tulipanes en otoño, siembran y después viene el invierno. Y el resultado de la naturaleza en primavera empiezan a aparecer los brotes y las flores.
Yeah, this in fact, if he wants 100 tulips, you know, if he wants 100 tulips, he doesn't plant 100, you see. He just throws them in, you know. If you ask him how many, he says, I don't know how many I planted, but I did a lot. If you say, okay, tell me, maybe 200, he says, yeah, more like 200. But, you see, out of the 200, 100 will blossom beautifully and fill up the whole track in the garden, see. So it is, you know, the intention was to put in, to create a beautiful flower bed, but the result is in the hands of another energy. The result is in the hand of another energy.
El horticultor plantó cientos y cientos y cientos de semillas y salieron 100 o 200 plantas de tulipanes, ¿no? Así en línea crecieron y florecieron. La intención del horticultor que plantó las semillas estaba en tener ese jardín, pero el resultado está en manos de la naturaleza.
So in a similar manner, you know, you like Luz and Maggie and Damian, you know, going all over Argentina, you know, you throw your seeds of intention. You throw your seeds of intention. You know, may my people receive this magnificent liberation. You see, you throw your seeds of intentions. Wow, you see, and then the spring will bring the results. You see, this nature will bring the results. You see.
Es lo mismo que Luz, Maggie, Damián, que viajan por la Argentina sembrando las semillas con la intención de que todos alcancen este conocimiento, pero luego en la primavera van a florecer.
Yeah, you know, and now whenever, you know, when I type a V capital in our entire satsangs here, what I really mean Vyavasthit, okay, Fabiana, is Vyavasthit, you see, will bring results, you know.
Y entonces luego de plantar todas estas semillas con las intenciones, la naturaleza y las evidencias científicos circunstanciales o Vyavasthit va a traer los resultados.
Yes, this, okay, let me see what's written here. It's like, so was the person. So there is no complete doer. The question, there is no complete doer. The complete, you know, the whole, there is the complete business. The word complete is a very complex word. What does complete mean? Complete means accomplished, you see. What you may consider complete, somebody else will say, no, it's not complete yet.
Hay personas que esto de ser, ¿quién es el completo hacedor, no? Y esto de ser completo tiene que ver con cómo cada uno lo ve, porque puede ser que para una persona eso esté completo y para otra persona esto no esté completo.
Yeah, if you talk to a master gardener who works morning till evening, you know, with a lot of love in the garden, you see, cutting little things, and digging and fertilizing, you see. And you say, wow, what beautiful garden. This is so beautiful today. It's so beautiful. He will only smile at you because, he knows every day the beauty is only unfolding in its own way. Every light of the sun is giving more energy for more beauty to unfold. What will you call complete?
Por ejemplo, en un jardín viene alguien y dice qué belleza este jardín, qué flores, qué cuánto trabajo que ha llevado, es hermoso. Y el jardinero solamente va a sonreír porque él sabe que todos los días la luz tiene que estar y él trabaja y corta los brotes y hace todo un trabajo para que esto suceda.
Yeah, so, in an ongoing, continuous process of life unfolding in front of you, the awakened one, I also am a Pura, so I am a Pura. What would you call complete? What would you call complete, you see?
En este continuo proceso donde la vida se está desenvolviendo, ¿cómo podemos llamarlo completo?
You see, the only complete one is Eo So, Asoyama. I am the complete one, and in front of me, I see it all as it is. Okay.
Lo único que podemos decir que es completo es yo soy, que es lo completo, yo soy alma pura, eso es lo único completo.
Yeah, if you want a cup of tea, sure. Okay, so the cup of tea comes. That is called a phase in the relative. Okay, I got a cup of tea, so I'm happy, you see, or a cup of coffee, I'm happy, you see. But if the coffee is cold or if it's too strong, you see, there goes your completion. The completion, you take a sip, but you don't, your intention changes. No, not quite right, not quite right. So the completion hasn't happened. The intentions continue. You look for another cup of coffee, or,
Por ejemplo, queremos tomar té o queremos tomar un café y aparece el té o nos sirven el café pensando que eso nos va a gustar, nos va a hacer felices, pero resulta que el café está frío o el té no está bien hecho y entonces no vamos a estar completos o felices con esto, no está sucediendo lo que queríamos.
Okay, all right. So, you will understand this. It's yes, by relative viewpoint, something gets completed, but the moment you say it's complete, it starts becoming it is now in the process of dissipation. You see, the cup of tea got made, and finally, the process of dissipation begins. You see, now you got to wash the dirty cup of tea. You've got to wash all right. So all of this stuff happens, you see. So, maybe I'm going too deep into it, but let's just continue now. Is there any other question? Yeah, but before...
En lo relativo, completo, por ejemplo, es que la taza de té aparezca bien hecha, tomamos la taza de té y después desaparece, ¿no? Viene la disipación. El té lo tomamos, hay que lavar la taza de té y se terminó. Esto sucede todo el tiempo y sobre esto vamos a seguir hablando.
All right, does anybody... Okay, so there'll be plenty... Okay, okay, all right. Now let me just mute everyone and then I will unmute, okay? We're getting some extra sound. Mute all and then let you unmute. I'll mute you, my dear. Okay, good. Okay, so shall we just now go into the beautiful Dadavani, because this today we decided that we will begin with the Dadavani. Okay, so let me share the Dadavani that our dear Sylvia has prepared.
Ahora vamos a comenzar con el Dadavani que Silvia preparó.
All right, and in fact, I have given you all the link, you see, and of course Maggie has shared with you, all of you too, but here it is, And
Acá tenemos el Dadavani que fue compartido con todos.
Yeah, this is the Dadavani of 2013. It is magnificent, and the more we understand it, the more our self, S capital self experience will increase. You see.
Este maravilloso Dadavani del diciembre del 2013, cuanto mayor va a ser el conocimiento sobre nuestro ser con mayúscula, nuestro conocimiento va a ir incrementando.
Okay, so all right. Okay, now, so Sandra, which was probably from Sandra. The sound is coming from Sandra, and mute. Okay, I keep muting her, but she keeps unmuting. Okay, all right. Now let us.
Sandra, sos vos la que estás, tenés que poner mudo tu Zoom. ¿Me escuchás?
Sandra, mute. Okay, let's hope. Okay, all right. Now, so we will let us just continue with the first reading here. We'll see. Notice that there is the English and then there is the Portuguese underneath. This Spanish. Sorry. Spanish, Portuguese, German. All right. So now the Spanish. Okay.
Vamos a ver que acá está, bueno, primero la parte en inglés y después abajo la traducción en español.
Yeah. So I'm just going to quickly read the first paragraph and then let you read this one. Dispel the illusion I, you, or they are doing. The world is the puzzle itself. The world is nothing but a puzzle. These are words of the Gnani Purush Dadashri. The world is the puzzle itself. It has become puzzled by itself. God has not puzzled this world at all. And more puzzles will keep arising from the puzzle. If someone says that Chandubai, and you're supposed to use your name here, ruined it for me, it will give rise to a puzzle within you that how did I ruin it? Why is he blaming me unnecessarily? So puzzles keep arising because this world is itself a puzzle, you see? And no one has created that puzzle. If you look for a person or a thing responsible for it, you will not find one. Such is this beautiful world. We have seen it. We here in brackets means Gnani Purush Dadashri, and the awakened, the absolute one within him, Dada Bhagwan within him. So the we represents the two of them, have seen it, and we are telling you from what we have seen. And it has arisen scientifically. Itself, in quotes, means that when scientific circumstantial evidences come together, then the puzzle arises. Okay, so let me have you read this now.
Disipar la ilusión de que ellos hacen el mundo es el rompecabezas en sí mismo. El mundo no es más que un rompecabezas. El mundo es el rompecabezas en sí mismo. Se ha vuelto confuso por sí solo. No ha sido Dios quien lo ha hecho confuso. Y seguirá surgiendo más desconcierto que la confusión. Si alguien dice que Shandubai, el nombre del lector es el que va aquí, me lo arruinó, esto te creará confusión sobre por qué lo arruiné, por qué me culpa innecesariamente. Entonces los desconciertos continuarán surgiendo, porque este mundo es en sí mismo una confusión. Nadie ha creado este rompecabezas. Si buscas a una persona o cosa responsable de ello, no lo hallarás. Así es este hermoso mundo. lo hemos visto y te lo decimos. Y cuando decimos lo hemos visto, se refiere a Dada y su ser absoluto. Y ha surgido científicamente. En sí mismo significa que cuando las circunstancias científicos circunstanciales confluyen, surge la confusión.
Okay, so now I will show you a small puzzle. If you look up at, I'm reading now in English here.
Yes.
I'll show you a small puzzle. Having spoken about the puzzle, now Dada speaks about the puzzle. If you look up at 6 o'clock, you will find the sun shining in the sky. But after a little while, a cloud comes over it, and that cloud is completely dark, and so you cannot see the sun. A little bit of that cloud moves away, and you see a nice circle. Who made it? You will only see it if there is just so many clouds. Otherwise, if there is not enough, you will not see it. And you will not see it if the clouds were dense. Therefore, it is scientific circumstantial evidence. No one has to do anything in it. Go on.
Les mostraré un pequeño rompecabezas. Si miras para arriba a las 6 en punto, verás el sol brillando en el cielo. Pero luego de un rato, una nube lo cubre. Una parte de esa nube se disipa y ves un lindo círculo. ¿Quién lo hizo? Solo lo verás si hay otras tantas nubes. De otro modo, si no hay suficiente, no lo verás. Tampoco lo verías si las nubes fueran densas. Por lo tanto, son las evidencias científicos circunstanciales. Nadie tiene que hacer nada con ello.
Okay, now I'm going to stop sharing this. By the way, this material that is in this what we have just read so far is from Aptavani 11. There are 2 volumes of Aptavani 11, big volumes, okay? And this Aptavani 11 is the major text on Vyavasthit or scientific circumstantial evidence. Okay?
Esto que acabamos de leer está en el Aptavani 11 y es el mayor texto que habla sobre las evidencias científicos circunstanciales Vyavasthit.
Yeah, it is almost, they amount to 1,000 pages in Satsang in Gujarati with Dadashri. So there is...
Es una suma de cientos de hojas en los libros de Dada.
Okay. Yes, Dadashri. Dadashri, when we say Dadashri, everywhere we are really talking about the Gnani Purush, you see, in Satsang, you see. And Dada Bhagwan, of course, is the eternal absolute one inside. And when Dadashri says we have seen it, that means he is speaking I, the one who woke up in Surat in 1958, and the eternal one inside. The 2 of us have seen it, you see, together. You see, that is what he means, the combination of the 2.
Cuando hablamos de quién ha visto, cuando dice lo hemos visto, es la combinación de Dada Bhagwan y del Eterno que han visto y han tenido esta experiencia en Surat en 1958.
The Gnani Purush. So in all our, this entire Dadavani, there's Dadashri. Dadashri is, of course, the one that you see in the video sitting and doing the satsang. You see, that's the one. And
Dadashri es el que aparece, es el que vemos en los satsang y que vemos en los videos. Es el Gnani Purush.
Yeah, now this is very, very important. This is our dear Cecilia has just read very little, and yet there is so much detail already in the first paragraph. You see, this is, it is nothing. Wait a minute, let me see. There's a message. This is nothing but sheer, this world is nothing but sheer entanglement only. That is the first sentence, you see. It's nothing but sheer entanglement or puzzle only, you see. Okay, the world is nothing but a puzzle or entanglement. Everything is just a puzzle around, you see. Entangled.
Todo lo que hemos visto es un rompecabezas y también es como un enganches o enredos.
Yeah, right. You see, if I take 6, 7, 8 different kinds of wires, and I kind of put them all together, and then they get entangled, you see, and then the more you pull one, the more tighter it becomes. It becomes a puzzle. You can hardly see which wire is which, you see. I'm giving the example of only 2 wires here. In this same way, this entire world has become entangled completely, has become completely caught up in this puzzle, you see.
Le voy a dar un ejemplo. Si yo tuviera 7 o 8 cables y estuviera enredándolos, si tirara de uno, cada vez se enredaría más y sería más difícil poder deshacerlo, ¿no? Cada vez el rompecabezas se vuelve más difícil, y esto es lo que está sucediendo, lo que sucedió a lo largo de todo el mundo.
This is
solamente 2 cables, pero cuanto más cables haya, mayor enredos habrá.
Yeah. Simultaneously, as we read Sylvia's in your translations that we just read, I am also reading the Gujarati original Dadavani from where it was originally translated to make sure I give it to you in exactness. And I noticed that the second and the third sentence that Dada speaks, the world is the puzzle itself. God has not puzzled this world at all. He didn't say it in Gujarati. You see, this Gnani Purush, he was never the owner of these words. He was absolutely separate, and everything that comes out was natural for this world. You see, the words are coming out naturally. You see, for us to accept them as they are.
Estamos leyendo de la traducción que Sylvia hizo, y Shuddha está leyendo del Gujarati para estar completamente seguro que las palabras sean las exactas.
And you say, God, when he, for some reason, for some unique, amazing, there's no reason, this is how it was. It was meant for the world. He knew the Gujaratis will catch it. He was aware the Indians will catch it, but there are certain things that were meant for the world, and they came out in English. And these are the 2 sentences. God has not puzzled this world at all, you see. And that, these 2 sentences make the whole difference and totally strikes at the conventional wisdom and the understanding with reference to religion and religious understanding, you see. Yes, just these 2 sentences, you see. The world is the puzzle itself, you see.
Acá hay un par de oraciones que Dada sabía que la gente en India iba a poder entenderlas, pero después esto va a ser traducido, y estas palabras que surgen así con tanta naturalidad, de que el mundo es un rompecabezas por sí mismo, y que nadie es el hacedor, y que Dios tampoco hace este rompecabezas. Son las 2 frases centrales y fuertes para ser entendidas.
And he said, this each word in this sentences is very precious. You see, until you separate from this world, you will not understand the puzzle. Until you are lifted up from this world, and the world being defined in the subtlest term as this world of this mind, this body, and these words, you see. This is the world. This mind, this body, and this words becomes the world, you see. If I close my eyes, the world disappears. If I go to bed, the world disappears. When I open my eyes, the world is there. You see?
Estas dos oraciones no van a ser completamente entendidas hasta que estemos absolutamente separados de la mente, cuerpo y habla.
Yeah,
Entonces, cuando estamos separados vamos a poder entenderlo completamente. Si yo cierro mis ojos, el mundo desaparece. Si me voy a dormir, también el mundo desaparece.
Yeah, it strikes at the heart of those who believe that God created this world and God is the one who is doing everything, or some other energy. God has not puzzled this world at all. The God has not puzzled this world at all. The God has not puzzled, I wrote incomplete, the God has not puzzled this world at all. You see, God has not puzzled this world at all. In other words, God is not the one that is creating this puzzle, you see, at all. At all.
Dios no ha hecho este rompecabezas de ninguna manera. De ninguna manera hizo ni creó estos rompecabezas.
It is corrected exactly in Sylvia's translation, but here this is important to recognize that people get lost, in the fundamentals. You see, if you understand the fundamentals, then you will never go wrong. Understand the fundamentals, that means then your vision will arise in exactness. You see, so when when people say, oh, I had a 2-year-old son, but God took him away. It was God's will, you see. Now, you just created. This is what he says. And the third sentence he says is, in Gujarati, he says, puzzle will continue to arise from the puzzle itself. So as the Gnani Purush, who was sitting in Surat station, on the railway station, looking at this whole thing, he saw it as it is, and he is now sharing it with us in exactness, you see. You see?
Hasta que no tengamos el correcto entendimiento, las personas nos vamos a estar perdiendo, y nos perdemos por no entender los fundamentos. Cuando podamos entender esto completamente, entonces vamos a estar separados. Esto es lo que el Gnani Purush vio en Surat, y como lo vio es que lo está compartiendo.
Yeah, this is the beauty of it all. He does not waste time. He immediately explains the puzzle. If somebody says, oh, Maggie spoiled this for me, Maggie spoiled this for me, immediately Maggie will say, what did I do wrong? You see, the puzzle arises because somebody blames you. You see, what is the nature of the puzzle? How will you know that it's a puzzle? Because it's a beautiful Wednesday or a beautiful Saturday morning, and somebody will say something to you, and you believe, and your puzzle will begin. What did I do wrong? Why is she saying this? Why is he doing this? The puzzle has begun. The world is a puzzle. That which is in front of me is a puzzle, and now a puzzle has arisen, and another puzzle will have arisen. You see, and the confusion continues. You see, the puzzle continues. You see.
Yes. El rompecabezas es, por ejemplo, si alguien le dice a Maggie, tú me arruinaste esto, y te está culpando de algo, y vos crees que es lo que yo hice, y te pones a pensar en eso. O cuando la gente cree que Dios deseó que algo suceda, y todo eso hace que la confusión surja, la confusión del rompecabezas. Así el rompecabezas va surgiendo y creciendo cada vez más.
My dear friends, what we are reading right now, what we are reviving, what we are actually reviving are the original words of liberation. You see, right there in front of us in the first paragraph. If you understand this, you will not put your finger in it. You will not enter into it. You see, entering into the mind, entering into what is, what Damien is thinking, you see. Believing I am thinking, that means you just entered the puzzle. You just you jumped into the puzzle, and then the puzzle will generate more puzzles, you see. The puzzle will continue to generate more puzzles. How can you get out? How you cannot get out, you see.
Estas palabras que estamos leyendo son palabras de liberación, y el poder entender esto nos va a permitir no entrar, no poner ni un dedo siquiera en este rompecabezas, porque tratar de entender lo que la cabeza está pensando, lo que está diciendo, es entrar en el rompecabezas, y un rompecabezas genera otro rompecabezas, y así va surgiendo.
This is a very interesting sentence, imagine our Dada, visualize our Dada sitting at you've never been to some of the Indian railway stations, some of you, but if you do, you would be amazed at the chaos and the number of people running around different directions in the trains, and the people trying to sell different types of little things and foods, coming at you, right? In that chaos, our Dada is sitting in his white coat, you see.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
En las estaciones de tren en India, si alguien las pudo conocer, se podrán haber visto que son un caos total, lleno de gente vendiendo, transportando, y ahí estaba sentado Dada en su asiento blanco.
Yeah, and in that he found it out of all that chaos and all in the mass of humanity, and he found the absolutely still beautiful spot of the self, you see, the self, you see, of absolute self, and he saw it all. He sees the puzzle as it is, and he sees how more puzzles continue to arise, you see, how more puzzles continue to arise.
Y en el medio del caos y del lío que hay en las estaciones de trenes, Dada pudo entrar en ese hermoso espacio pacífico del ser, y desde ese lugar pudo observar y experimentar cómo los rompecabezas crecían, se formaban, y en esa formación crecían más y más rompecabezas.
He found it beautiful. He says, the world is beautiful, and by the time we finish this Dadavani, which is going to take weeks and weeks and weeks, you too will begin to find this world beautiful, you see, because you will be seeing it in exactness. You will be seeing it as you are meant to see it in front of you, you see.
Este estudio, este Dadavani, va a llevarnos semanas y semanas de estudio, y Dada decía que el mundo es realmente hermosísimo, y nosotros a través de este estudio también vamos a poder encontrar lo hermoso, porque vamos a poder estar teniendo el entendimiento y la comprensión de este conocimiento.
And he says, I am saying it as I am seeing it. This is very interesting. I am saying it as I'm seeing it. In fact, he uses the word we instead. We are saying it, you see. In other words, he wants you to be with him. He's saying, my dear Fabiana, my dear Sylvia, come sit with me. Come sit with me and let us see this, not only the puzzle, but also its genesis, its creation, and its dissolution. where is the puzzle arising, and how it arises, and how it dissolves, you see, and sit with me and see it in all its beauty, and you'll find it beautiful, you see.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Dada, de hecho, está hablando y dice, mientras que estoy hablando, lo estoy viendo. Y él quiere que estemos con él sentados a su lado, viendo cómo este rompecabezas se crea y se disuelve
Yeah.
en todo su esplendor y belleza. Él quiere que nosotros nos sentemos a su lado a ver la belleza de esta vida.
You see, he goes word by word. He life after life, our dearest Dada, he wanted to liberate human beings like you and me who had been suffering endlessly, you see, not only in this life, but in life after life. And he wanted to make sure that he gave us such an exact way that we will never fall back into the trap again, never fall back into the puzzle again, you see.
Dada con sus palabras y con todo el cuidado de palabra por palabra exacta que nos da para poder salir de esta continua y vida tras vida de sufrimiento, quiere que salgamos de ahí, nos da la palabra exacta para que no volvamos a caer en este rompecabezas.
When he says the world is the puzzle itself, you see, he now explains finally at the end of the first paragraph, and this is beautiful. Itself means, and this has a lot to do with the question that came from Rosie too already. He says itself means. He says, I see that it is the scientific circumstantial evidence that is arising, and when the scientific circumstantial evidence arises, and when they come together, the puzzle arises. So the scientific circumstantial evidence that is arising is what is creating the puzzle. You see, totally separate, absolutely separate from the puzzle and its evidences. This is the fundamental understanding of Vyavasthit coming up in the first paragraph, my dear friends. Okay?
En el primer párrafo que estamos viendo, él dice que el mundo en sí es un rompecabezas, y lo maravilloso es ver cómo cuando las evidencias están viniendo es cuando el rompecabezas se forma, y él lo está viendo desde una forma completamente separada, y lo estamos viendo en el primer párrafo.
Yeah, where will you find the doer in here? Who can you say this one is doing it, that one is doing it? You see, there is only the false claim of the doer, only I did it. There is only the false one who says, I am doing this. His existence is not to be found. There is no doer anywhere, you see.
La falta es de creer que yo estoy haciendo, que quién lo está haciendo, y en realidad no existe el hacedor.
Yeah, when he said that when he says SCE, and I use the word SCE, Fabiana, it's a short form for typing up scientific circumstantial evidence. Okay, we are not going to call it evidences. Nowhere he has used the word evidences, and there is a very subtle reason for this. He only calls it scientific circumstantial evidence. All right, he doesn't use it in plural. It's because he can see it as an evidence only. Evidence. You see?
Acá estamos viendo que en la traducción en la pantalla apareció como evidencias científicas circunstanciales, evidencias en plural, y en realidad no es en plural, solo en singular, porque él pudo ver que es evidencia, 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 y cuando todas confluyen, es una sumatoria de evidencia.
Evidence gathers and the puzzle arises. The puzzle can be seen, evidence can be seen as you remain separate from it.
Cuando sucede el rompecabezas es porque un montón de, como las evidencias, la sumatoria de la evidencia se juntaron y formaron un rompecabezas. Se puede ver el resultado y la evidencia solo puede ser vista por el ser con mayúscula.
Yeah, you see, this is a classic example. If you really want to understand this Vignan and the science of Dada, read this first paragraph available to you in your language now, again and again and again. I mean, it is worth, even this is worth framing, just frame it, and read it, you see, because, here lies all the answers. Here lies, Christian is smiling because he knows that's where the answers are. Right, Christian? Right there is the answer. Shuddhatma Bhagavan, right there is the answer. Yeah. Yes, the answer is right there, first, when every word, it is sheer, he uses the word sheer puzzle. He uses two words. He uses this first. He uses.
So sorry. Let me translate the
Sure. Okay, go on. Yeah, go on. Yeah, good, carried away. Yeah.
Dice Shuddha que por favor que leamos el primer párrafo y que lo leamos y si podemos que lo marquemos, porque esto es como una base fundamental y con muchísimo conocimiento.
Yeah, you see, and you see this. You see here, of course, this is, you see the fingers doing it. Yes, the fingers are entangling it and making it the puzzle here. Entanglement. You see, entanglement. You try to follow one wire and then you go around in circles. Where is it? The more you try to pull one, the tighter it becomes. The more you try to pull this, the tighter it becomes. You see, there is no way out. The only way to unentangle is to let go, and then you begin to see it, in strands. You see, in life too. When you can't really come to any solutions, let go, and then the clarity will arise. You see.
Bueno, acá mostró como la mezcla de cables y poner los dedos en el medio para tratar de ver y desenredar nos hace que vamos tirando y entonces se va anudando y se va trabando cada vez más. Y así hacemos en la vida y que la única manera es soltar. Y cuando se suelta se van desenroscando, desenmarañando las situaciones.
And it is his guarantee, for sure, puzzles are going to continue to arise from puzzles. And your intellect is not going to bail you out. Your intellect is not going to lift you out of it. Never shall the intellect help you in this, you see. It is only the agnas, it is only this, only the agna comes in. There are, the agna comes in saying, he says there are two viewpoints to solve this puzzle. Two viewpoints to solve this puzzle, you see.
De ninguna manera de ninguna manera la mente nos va a sacar de este rompecabezas, de ninguna manera. Todo lo contrario, nos va a meter más en el rompecabezas. Y esto es resuelto únicamente por las agnas, donde dice que hay dos puntos de vista para ver las cosas.
By relative viewpoint, I see that Sylvia or Maggie or Fabiana is in the puzzle, and I
relativo puedo ver que Silvia, Maggie o Fabiana están en el rompecabezas.
Is in the puzzle, and I am beyond the puzzle. I am the pure one, the blissful one, beyond this puzzle, beyond this puzzle. You see?
Y que yo he separado el bienaventurado, estoy más allá del rompecabezas y puedo ver.
And he has said one more English sentence, those who try to solve this puzzle. Those who try to solve this puzzle by themselves.
Aquellos que tratan de resolver este rompecabezas por sí mismos.
But those who try to solve, you see, just take the sentence word sentence by sentence. Those who try to solve this puzzle by themselves, okay?
Aquellos que quieren resolver el rompecabezas por sí mismos.
They become dissolved in the puzzle. They become part of the puzzle. They become part of the puzzle.
Aquellos que quieren resolver el rompecabezas por sí mismos, ellos quedan disueltos en el rompecabezas.
And they become part of the puzzle. Why is it doing this to me? What have I done wrong with it? Why is she blaming me? Why, what have I done? Now that one has just become dissolved in the puzzle. All right?
Aquel que quiere resolver por sí mismo se vuelve parte del rompecabezas y empieza, ¿por qué me hiciste esto? ¿Por qué me hiciste aquello? Y él es parte del problema, parte del rompecabezas.
All right, everybody understands this? Everybody with Dada on this one? Yes. Does everybody understand?
¿Entienden todos esto?
Yeah, this word by word. Oh, okay, who is this here in Posadas? What's your name, my dear?
¿Quién está aquí en Posadas? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Activa tu micrófono, por favor. There she is. No te entendí el nombre.
Evangelina.
Evangelina is her name.
Evangelina, yes, new Mahatma, right? Shuddhatma Bhagavan. You're totally...
Mahatma o buscadora. Mahatma, yes.
Yes, I know, because I've seen her, but I don't know the name, can't connect with the name. I've seen her, yes. Yes, well, welcome. You're being graced, my dear. Dada is with you. You understand what Dada is saying? You understand everything? Do you have any questions?
Bienvenida, ha sido bendecida por Dada y si tenés alguna pregunta.
No, por el momento no.
Wonderful. Okay.
No questions.
Well, that is good. Yeah, see, that's wonderful. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Yes, this. So we have begun on a beautiful journey. The journey, I would like to hold this vision of our Dada sitting at the train station in Surat, seeing, and now saying, he didn't say anything. He remained quiet for 4 years, okay? He saw it all. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Me gustaría mantener la imagen de Dada sentado en la estación de tren en Surat, viendo... y viendo, teniendo la experiencia de cómo funciona el mundo y quién es él, y él estuvo en silencio durante 4 años antes de empezar a compartir.
For 4 years he did not say anything. He was double checking these evidences because it was amazing what opened up in front of him, you see. And then here he is. He's saying now, when he said this, he says, I am saying it as I am seeing it. We are saying, we are saying it as we are seeing it, you see. We are saying it as we are seeing it. We are saying.
Él estuvo en silencio y no pronunció una palabra de esto durante 4 años porque estaba haciendo como un chequeo de lo que había experimentado. Y recién después él empezó a decir, no yo, sino diciendo nosotros hemos visto, estamos diciendo mientras que estamos viendo. Y esta es la imagen que Shuddha quiere retener.
Yeah. So be with, you see. In other words, be with Dada as you read. Place yourself in the place of the questioner. Wherever the questioner is in this Dadavani that is being shared with you, place yourself there, and then your Dada, your own Dada Shri will give you the answers from inside. You see, this vision will arise from inside.
Que todo lo que leamos en este Dadavani, que nos pongamos en lugar del que pregunta, del interrogador, y el propio Dada de nuestro interior va a estar iluminándonos con su respuesta.
And so this will lead to day by day you will become free from puzzle. Absolutely, you'll become free from puzzle, you see. Puzzle, confusion, conflicts, you see. Fantastic vision arising now through this Dadavani for you.
Mantenernos en este estado nos va a sacar de la confusión del rompecabezas.
Just as a further introduction of what is coming down the line for you is this follow-up. This is the October issue of this year's 2019. After that was 2013. 6 years later, we are having the more advanced version of the detail, more even higher understanding of scientific circumstantial evidences, or the Dadavani on the same lines. You see, that's coming up based on 22 Apta Sutras of Dadas, 22 special sentences of Dada. This is just come, and yes, of course, this is much more details, but it begins with this one that we are now beginning today.
Acá estamos viendo el Dadavani del 2013 y 6 años después lo estamos teniendo traducido y están las 22 Aptasutras o oraciones de Dada.
Yeah, there are thousands and thousands of these special sentences to Dada, but 22 have been selected to give an amazing understanding of this that is, would you know it, is contained in this first paragraph that we read today, you see. If the first paragraph that we read today, you can understand, everything begins, but it is detailed understanding of this view only, you see.
Hay cientos de miles de oraciones de palabras de Dada, pero en se han elegido 22 oraciones que nos dan el más sorprendente conocimiento para la comprensión.
Yeah, it is a beautiful picture of our Gnani looking at Simandar city, you see, and the rainbow there, this is, of course, it will all happen. There is no energy. One sentence of Dada understood is one sentence, and in this understood is one more step in the direction of the self only, you see.
Acá vemos la hermosa imagen de Dada sobre Simandar City con el arco iris y todo este conocimiento que nos va a ir llegando, y cada comprensión que tengamos va a ser un paso más hacia la profundización y separación, comprensión de la separación.
All right. Okay. So that's all right. So now it's time for us. We are beyond our time, my dear friends. In fact, we have almost taken extra time today. I apologize for it. And highest namaskars to all of you. Highest namaskar.
Hemos tomado más tiempo del programado, así que pide perdón por eso y que nos da los más elevados namaskars a todos.
Have a wonderful lunch. Jai Sachidanand. Jai
Que tengan un buen almuerzo. Jai Sachidanand. Thank you, Shuddha.
Thank
you.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Yeah.
Bombón Cristian.